Ladies, do you ever wish that you could go back and sit down with the younger version of you and have a real chat with her and just tell her some things that would help her move forward in life? I do. And I wrote down a couple of points and I'm going to share them with you ladies today on what I wish I could go back and tell the younger version of me. So if that's something that you want to hear, grab a chair, grab a drink, and let's chat about it. Now, I think that sometimes we often feel things and we look for validation or we look for other people to confirm what we already feel. And I would sit and I would tell the younger version of Shinea that you don't need a crisis. You don't need a committee. You don't need proof, or you don't need everyone else to agree with what you feel, because you know the truth even before you're ready to admit it. Okay. And I think that a lot of times we are, we don't want to believe something is happening. And so we kind of try to tune out all the noise in our head that's telling us, pay attention to what you see, pay attention to what you're hearing. And oftentimes we don't do it until it's too late. Another point I would tell younger Shinea is to love yourself enough to know that you deserve the very best. And those are not just words, because we do say that a lot. You know, I love myself, I deserve the best. But we really have to believe it up here and in here. And if we don't, we tend to accept a lot of things that we shouldn't. And loving yourself really opens up a new world for you. When you really love you and you understand what that really means, it means putting you first. It means trusting yourself. It means taking care of your health, taking care of your mental. Those are all things with loving ourselves, not letting anyone abuse us. Those are the things that we do when we truly love ourselves, is put yourself first. Take care of you. Because if you don't, your life is not going to, it's just not going to be what you want it to be. Okay? Because no one is truly going to look out for you the way that you would look out for yourself. The third thing that I would tell younger Shinea is not to let anyone make you doubt yourself, because you will hear a lot of naysayers. Are you sure you can do that? You can't do that. You know, you're not educated enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not pretty enough. Those are things that will bring doubt into your head when you listen to other people tell you what you can and can't do. And you have to believe within yourself that you can accomplish anything. And we absolutely can. And I've learned that so much throughout my life as I've grown. And at my big age of 52, I know that there is nothing that I cannot do. And I can do all things through my Father who strengthens me. And my Father has helped me so much really lean into what my life should look like, what my life could be. And I don't listen to what others tell me, because that noise, man, that will cause you to just not excel in life, because you're listening constantly to what others are telling you. And sometimes people aren't intentionally trying to hold you back. It could be their own limitations on their own life and they try to put them off on you. Do not let that happen, okay? Again, there's nothing that we cannot do once we put our minds to it. You know, it might take a little bit more work, but it's worth it to get the life that you want. And we have to work really hard to get the things that we want. And I would just encourage younger Shinea to keep going, keep fighting, keep trying, no matter what others are saying to you. It doesn't matter. You just keep going. The next thing I would tell younger Shinea is that if you feel like something is off, 9 times out of 10, it's off. And we don't listen to our own voice enough. We listen to people telling us things and will even try to make you think that you didn't see what you saw. And we can't allow that. You know, we can't ignore what we feel and what we know is right or what we know is the truth. Because women's intuition, I'll tell you, is a real thing. Lean into it, ladies. If you have some questions, if something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't sound right, chances are it ain't right. And we need to really pay attention to that. Don't wait until someone is sure about you and what they want with you and what role they want you to play in their life. This is your life, and your life is what matters. And I've been in relationships where it's been said, well, I'm not really sure, I'm not really sure, what I want this relationship to look like. Okay, bye-bye. Because this is my life too, and I'm not going to wait around till you decide what you want from me. Okay? Because you will watch your whole life pass you by because you want to be with a certain someone, and they're not sure about you. Well, then why are you waiting around? You don't want to be with somebody that's not sure about you. Girl, please. There are so many people in this world. And that's another thing that I want to say is that I would tell younger Shinea, don't hold yourself back, baby, because just because you live in Illinois doesn't mean that your partner, the one that God has for you, is in Illinois. Doesn't even mean that the person that God has for you is in the US. I mean, honestly, this is a big world out here. Don't hold yourself back from love. Don't hold yourself back from opportunities. Don't hold yourself back from living a life that could really be good for you and can open up a door to so many things that are great for you, but you're too afraid to move from a place where you spent the majority of your life. Just because you was born there doesn't mean that you were meant to stay there forever. Okay? And yeah, sometimes we miss home, sometimes we want to go back, but it's a beautiful thing to try something different. Okay? And don't let others hold you back. Another thing that I would say is to stop explaining away how you feel. You feel how you feel. Stand up for how you feel. And love yourself enough to know that you know what's best for you. No matter what others around you are telling you, you know what's best for you. You know what you want out of this life. So go for it. Stop explaining to people why you feel that you can do X, Y, and Z, or that you feel like you can try something new, or you feel like this just isn't right for you. If it's not right for you, if it's not what you want, move forward, okay? The last thing I would say to little Miss Shinea is that if you're not getting what you want, leave. If you are not getting what you want from a job, from a relationship, from your surroundings, where you live, leave. You can try whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. If something isn't serving you, leave. If you're not getting what you want, you have the right to want better, but you're not going to get better if you're just staying in this one place to please other people. Okay? Again, I can't stress this enough. This is our life. Love yourself. Seek out better opportunities. Try something different. And in the end, you will be so grateful that you did. And it's going to shape you into a woman that you truly love because you put yourself first. I think I would probably also tell younger Shinea that your sassiness that's going to come later in life, you're going to love that about yourself. You're going to love it. And it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you be super confident. And you'll like the woman that you become. And when I say later in life, my grandfather said that I was pretty sassy as a young girl. But I would say that my sassiness really came when I was probably in my 30s, my early 30s, when I just wouldn't let anyone tell me who to be and how to act. You know, this was my life, and I was going to live it the way that I wanted to live it, as long as I wasn't hurting anyone else, and as long as my life was pleasing to God. Okay. And so I I've grown into a woman that I absolutely love. And I wouldn't change very much about me. There are definitely some things that I would change, but overall, I like the woman that I am. I like the woman that I've become, and I'm glad that I am who I am. And I wouldn't change her. I wouldn't change her. Um, and so those are the lessons that I would tell younger Shinea. I would encourage you to maybe sit down, because I did this the other night. I sat down, I wrote out some notes in bed about what I would tell the younger version of myself. And it kind of helps you reflect on how far you've come from where you started. And so I really love that. For me. And I think that you would love that as well, ladies. So I really encourage you to do that. Sit down, write some notes out, and just reflect about how far you've come over your life and some of the struggles that you've overcome. Now it's time for She's So Shinea. And today I want to talk about a fragrance. I love fragrance. Okay. I love to smell good. And so today I think I bought this maybe 2 years ago. It was right after I had surgery on my hip, and I had a nurse and she was wearing it, and I said, "Gosh, you smell so good. What is that?" And she said, "Olivia Quido," and I had never heard of it. And I I think she gave me the link to it, and I bought it, and oh my gosh, ladies, it smells so good. And I'm gonna just pull it up on their website. They are out of stock. I really don't use like all of my fragrance um, because I have so much perfume that I don't really use all of a whole bottle of anything other than I might be on my second bottle of Delina. I'm probably on my third bottle of Chanel Chance. But those are the ones that I probably wear the most. And this Olivia Quido. Um, it just smells so good. I think that this might be her only fragrance. And you can get it on her website, oliviaketo.com. And I will read what it says. Escape to a fantasy island where a sensually citrus bouquet calls to the imagination like the island's breeze against your skin. Refresh senses with the sweet scent of delicate spice, perfectly balanced atop a delicious cocktail of grapefruit, bergamot, and mandarin flower. And this is a 3.2 ounce bottle, and it says it's $135. When I first bought it, I think I paid $100. I think I will definitely. I already signed up for them to notify me when it's back in stock because this is the second time it's been out of stock. I would say the note that you get the most is the grapefruit. It smells so good. I wore it out with some family members when I was back in Chicago last year, and they loved it. They were like, "Oh my God, you smell so good. What is that?" And so I was wearing this Olivia #1 Eau de Parfum. Okay. And you can get it on her website. I believe she primarily does like skincare. I kind of want to try her skincare, but I'm kind of funny about trying different skincares just because I have sensitive skin. But definitely try this out. And if you want the link, just let me know in the comments and I will for sure link it for you ladies. But this is Olivia Quido, Quido, and you will not regret this purchase. Okay. It has a little bit of musk in it, which I love all fragrances with musk. Okay. But this is really good. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think of it. And I have enjoyed, as always, spending this time with you ladies. And thank you so much. If you like this video, please leave me a comment. Please like the video and please subscribe to my channel, okay? I would love to have you as a part of the She's So Shinea community. It was a pleasure spending this time with you ladies, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.